Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I am going to teach chapter number 5, differential equation, in that boundary value problems. So the first sum is 4y double dash plus y is equal to 0. So I will write this as a 1 is equal to 0. The coefficient of this is 1. Fine. Now in the auxiliary form I'll write this as, instead of d, m. Fine. Now this is in the quadratic form. You have to find the roots. Okay. So 4m square. This plus 1 goes on the right hand side, so it will become minus 1. M square is equal to minus 1. This 4 comes in the denominator. Fine. Now m is equal to square root of minus 1 upon 4. As I have told you, root of minus 1 is a I. Now what is I? It is an imaginary root. So m is equal to plus or minus I, and the square root of 1 is 1, square root of 4 is 2. Fine. Now m is equal to 0 plus or minus I, 1 upon 2. So this is nothing but a plus ib form. So this is the table of roots of auxiliary equations. Fine. In that which it matches, so imaginary roots a plus ib, a minus ib. So you need to write solution is y is equal to e raised to x c1 cos bx plus c2 sin bx. From this I am going to write a solution of the this, right? So here I have written, so y, let me take this one. So x value will become 0 and y value will become 3. So in place of y I am going to write 3. E, what is a value? A value is 0. Okay. What is x value? X value is also 0. Fine. Now c1 cos, what is b? B value is 1 by 2. Okay. What is x value from here? 0. Plus c2 sin, what is b value? B value is 1 by 2. And what is x value? 0. Fine. 3. E raised to 0 is nothing but 1. C1, 1 by 2 into 0 is 0. Plus C2, 1 by 2 into 0 is 0. 3. C1, what is cos 0? Cos 0 is 1. Okay. Now C2, so what is sin 0? Sin 0 is nothing but 0. Fine. Therefore, what did I get? C1 is equal to 3. The same way I need to solve for this one. So in place of y I am going to write minus 4. Okay. Now E, what is the a value? A value is 0 and x value is also 0. Fine. Now C1 cos, what is the b value? B value we have got is 1 by 2. Okay. Now x is what? X is pi. So I have taken x as a pi and y as a minus 4 from this. Okay. So x value is pi plus c2. Okay. Sin, b value is 1 by 2 and sin x is pi. Minus 4, e raised to 0 is 1. What is 1 into pi is pi. Pi by 2 means 90 degree. Cos 90 is 0. And what is sin 90? Sin 90 is 1. By this, what did we come to know? C2 value has become minus 4. Now substitute C1 value and C2 value in this. So we have found C1 value and a C2 value. Now substituting in this, that is nothing but from the table this equation. So y is equal to e raised to a value is 0. Fine. Now C1 value we have got 3. So cos b value is 1 upon 2 by roots and x as it is you should write, plus what is C2 value? It is minus 4 sin 1 by 2 into x. This completes your first answer. Now second sum is y double dash minus 6y dash plus 9y is equal to 0. So I'll write it like this: d square minus 6d plus 9 is equal to 0. In an auxiliary form, I am going to write m square minus 6m plus 9 is equal to 0. So what is the last number? 9. If you multiply, you should get 9. If you add, you should get this term. Fine. So 3 3 is a 9, 3 plus 3 is 6, but there is a minus here. So I am going to write minus and minus here. So this will become m1, but instead of minus, you need to write plus. Now this will become m2. Instead of minus, you should write a plus. Fine. So m1 and m2, both the numbers are same. So in this table, this is the one which is matching real and equal roots. So m1 is equal to m2. So what I must write the solution? Y is equal to c1 plus c2x into e raised to mx. So y is equal to c1 plus c2 into x e raised to mx. Fine. Now let us see the given question. So I must take x value as a 0 and a y value as a 1 from here. Fine. So y value I am going to write here 1, c1 plus c2, x value I will write here 0. Fine. E raised to m value is 3 and x value is 0. 3 into 0 is 0. E raised to 0 is 1. So 1 is equal to 0 into c2 is 0. So I have got a c1 value now. Fine. Now next, to find the c2 value, again I am going to take this one. Take x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 0. Fine. So in place of y, I am going to substitute 0 and c1 value, c1 plus c2, x value is 1, e raised to m value is 3 into 1, 0, c value I have got 1 plus c2, again e raised to it is 3. Fine. Now e raised to 3 comes on the left hand side, it will become 0. So 1 plus c2. This 1 goes to the left hand side, so it will become minus 1. So c2 value is minus 1 now. Now from this, y is equal to c1 plus c2 into x e raised to mx. Now I'll write here y. What did I get c1? It is 1 plus what I have got c2? It is minus 1 into x e raised to m value is 3 into x. Therefore, final answer will be y 1 plus into minus is minus x e raised to 3x. This completes your second answer. So let's move on to the next one. Now third question, y double dash minus 3y dash plus 2y is equal to 0. Now this can be written as a d square minus 3d plus 2 is equal to 0. In the auxiliary equation form, so you must write like this. Now you need to factorize this. So simple factorization is enough for this. So 1 2 is 2. 1 plus 2 will become 3, but there is a minus 3 here. So I will write minus 1 and minus 2. So for m1, I will write instead of minus 1, you should write opposite of that, that is plus 1. m2, if it is minus 2, then write plus 2. Fine. Now m1 and m2, there are two roots, but they both are different. So in this table, you can see here real and different roots. m1 is not equal to m2. Then I must use this as a solution. So I'll write here y is equal to c1 e raised to m1x plus c2 e raised to m2x. Fine. Now I am going to take this one now. Take x is equal to 0. You can see here. Now y is equal to 1 from here. So in place of y, I'll write here 1 c1 e raised to m1. m1 is how much? 1. But what is x? It is 0. Plus c2 e raised to m2 is 2. But what is x? It is 0. Now 1 is equal to C1, e raised to 0 is always 1, or anything raised to 0 is 1. So this will become 1. So here also 2 into 0 is 0, e raised to 0 is 1. So this will become C2. So C1 plus C2 is equal to 1. But we have to find C1 value as well as C2 value. Now I have to solve for this. Right? Now I have taken x is equal to 3 from here. Now y is equal to 0. That is this. I am going to substitute in this solution. That is y is equal to 0 C1 e. What did I get? M1. M1 I have got 1 into what is x? 3 plus C2 e raised to M2 I have got 2. And what is the x value again? It is 3. 0 is equal to C1. 3 ones are 3 plus C2 e raised to 2 3s are 6. So I am going to take this one on the left hand side. So it will become minus C1 e raised to 3 C2 e raised to 6. So e raised to 6 can be written as like this. Fine. EQ square. Why? Because this e raised to 3 and this will get cancelled. So what is remaining? C1 is equal to C2 e raised to 3. Fine. Now we have C1 plus C2 is equal to 1 from the previous equation. Now what I am going to do is I am going to take this C2 on the right hand side. C2 I am going to keep here. C1 I am going to take on the right hand side. So it will become minus C1. But what is minus C1? It is C2 EQ. So 1 plus C2 into EQ. Now take this C2 on the left hand side. It will become minus C2 EQ is equal to 1. Now take common. In this 2, C2 is common. So 1 minus E cube is equal to 1. Take this to the denominator. So what value I have got? C2. Now I want a C1. So again C1 plus C2 is equal to 1. Now what is the C2 value? This. So I have substituted here. Now when this goes to the right hand side, it will become minus. If I take LCM, you need to multiply this. So 1 minus E cube minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 get cancelled. So what is remaining? Minus E cube divided by 1 minus E cube. Now I have got C2 value and C1 value. Substitute these two values in this equation. Fine. Now C1 value I have written here. Fine. Now C2 value I have written here. Now M1 was 1, M2 was 2. So if you calculate this in the calculator, you will get minus 0.052 e raised to 1x. Plus if you calculate this, you will get 1.0526 e raised to 2x. This completes your third answer. I hope you all understood very well. Thank you for watching. Keep watching for other topics.